boy King KJ.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, everybody. This is Lisa,
And Faith.
and you're listening to Vet on This or That podcast.
Yes, Vet on This or That is a podcast which we like to think of as a potpourri of shit. Just the shit that we have gone through since we've come home from overseas. If you've just joining us for the first time, we are just a couple of female vets that came back from Iraq 20 years ago, and we are sorting our shit out. Okay. So
Trying our best to. Trying our
we're
best
trying our best, trying our
to.
best, trying our best. So if you haven't already, welcome, 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 welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you for joining us. And
Yes.
for those of you who have joined us before, thank you for coming back.
Thank you.
I'm yeah, I'm thinking that if you're coming back, that you kind of like us.
You must like us.
Yeah, must
Yay.
like us. Yes,
Well,
yes.
today we will be talking about
Bum,
love
ba, bum.
on top.
Love on top.
Love on top.
Love
That's our
on top.
topic for today. Love on top.
Yes.
And I don't know, Faith and I, we have I guess our work cut out for us today.
Ah,
You
don't,
think?
don't we always? Don't we always? I don't think there's in the day that we don't have our work cut out for us. Way too much excitement. Way too much
Yeah.
excitement
And
for just
you guys know that we don't, this is not scripted. So we just
no.
feed off of one another. We go with the flow and and wish for the
Float
best.
on. Mm-hmm.
So
Float on.
just to
Float
start this
on.
off, you see what I'm saying? Start this off. I just, I jotted down the 5 love languages.
Same
Um,
here.
so,
Great
which
minds, great
are, in
minds.
case yeah, great minds think alike. In case you
Yes.
didn't know what they were words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality
Mm.
time, and physical touch. And for
Mm.
me personally, my love language, I have 3, and I say that because it's the top 2, but the 2 of them are tied. So the
Mm.
first one is words of affirmation. That's number 1, and it was just one number difference from
Mm.
the second, which was physical touch and receiving gifts.
Mm.
That those 2 are tied, and they were just one number less than words of affirmation. So that's my love language. Um, and actually it's kind of true because I do require.
Mm.
I try to stop saying I expect. I require words of affirmation from whoever that lucky son of a gun is who I get to claim to be my better half or my I don't know, boyfriend or man, my
Boo.
man, my man, my
Yeah, I know. We're listen.
man.
We are too seasoned to say boyfriend. Okay,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
I throw the
Okay.
word out there. I throw the word out there, boyfriend, because I don't want to have to keep thinking about, well, what is he?
What
Who
is he?
is
He's
he?
not my fiance.
Yeah,
He ain't
he
my
ain't my
husband.
he ain't my Herbin.
He ain't my husband.
He ain't my Herbin.
No, no, no. He ain't my mister.
He ain't my Mister.
Mister.
Period.
Right. Yes.
Period.
That's from the color purple for those who didn't know. You know what? So listen. I guess I'm gonna start this off too. I'm the type of person I love to love.
Mm,
And like I love the whole idea of being in love.
mm,
And I do know me better than anybody. And if you treat me good, I promise I'll treat you better. But
mm.
one thing I've learned in this life that I've been living is just because you say you love me doesn't mean I feel loved by
Mm.
you. So because
You think?
people fail to realize that love is an action word, it's a verb. So you can tell me you love me, but that don't really mean nothing. You need to
Mhm.
show me
Yes.
that you love me.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
need
No.
to
No.
show me.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Because
I
anybody can
wholeheartedly
say I
believe
love.
it.
Yeah, anybody can say,
Yeah.
"Oh, girl, I love you." But what does that
Mhm.
really mean if you don't put any action
Mhm.
behind it? You
Yeah.
have to show me. And
Yeah.
I think the best way to get someone's attention, especially when you're trying to, because a lot of people don't get it. But the
Mm.
best way to get somebody's attention is to not to want it anymore. So
Mm.
if
That's interesting.
I don't want to have to keep on telling you, okay, you say you love me, but you're not treating me well. Like you're not
Mhm.
doing what you're supposed to do. Like I don't want to have to keep telling you that. So I'll just remove myself. Like I said, because I love to be loved. I
Mhm.
love the whole aspect of being loved. And
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna say in quotations, I'm a very with all my heart kind of person.
Mm.
So
That's interesting.
if I love you, it's with all my heart. But if I stop loving you, it's with all my heart too.
Mm.
So I'm a
I'ma love you
very
with my whole heart,
yeah
or I'ma love you with my whole ass.
yeah. So I guess that's it. Yeah, I'm a very with all my heart. So if I
Mhm.
love you, it's with all my heart. But if I stop
Mhm.
loving you, it's with all my heart too. And you had to have done something tremendous to me for me to
Yes.
actually just stop
Yes.
loving you. But like I
Yes.
said, you can tell me that you love me, but if I don't feel loved by you, I mean
Mhm.
that doesn't mean
Mhm.
anything.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, no,
I
absolutely.
wanna feel loved. I wanna be loved. I wanna feel loved. And I give that in return. So
Mhm. Mhm.
my love
So
on
I
top.
so I know what I realized about myself, having come home from, you know, overseas and everything, and I think this is just overall in life that me personally, and I'll go over my love languages in just a second. Actually, you know what? I'll go over it now. So my love languages, I have more than one. Definitely number one is words of affirmation.
Yes.
Definitely words of affirmation. My second one is acts of service,
Okay.
and the third one is quality time.
Yes.
And it's amazing because I don't. The other two, which is physical touch and receiving gifts, is so far off my scale that it doesn't even register for me. And
Wow.
yeah, it doesn't even register for me. And some people would be like, "What? You don't like to be touched?" No, I love, to be touched, hugged, or whatever the case may be. But what I've learned about myself, having come home and having been in a few relationships after coming home, is that you
Just a
know
few relationships? No. I had to throw that in there, like, because I know something.
couple, just a few relationships, was that uh I can't stand her. Was that I as much as I enjoyed the physical touch, the hug, the tap on the shoulder, yada 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 yada, it was not the thing that I wanted. I wanted to hear that I wanted to hear something positive coming
Yes.
from the person that I was involved with.
Yes.
So, if I'm going through something, if I just wanted to hear just like something positive throughout the day. It could just be a quick text, be like, sorry, I'm adjusting my mic a little bit, apologize. Even if it was just something like, hey, babe, how's your day? It doesn't have to be a long, drawn out
Exactly.
ode, an ode to
Right.
faith. No, and I didn't need that. I didn't need that. What I just, hey, how's your day? Hope everything is okay. We don't have to have a full on conversation for that day. I just wanted you to just throw me a text because I'm just like, because I do the same thing. I throw out a text, be like, hey, everything is okay. Hey, have a great day. Blah, 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 blah. Talk to you later, you know?
Right.
And then, the same thing I'm expecting back in return. And I say this because uh, my boo, I don't call him, well, my man, my boyfriend,
Her man, her man, her man.
my man's. So we've had the discussion about, oh, how come you don't call me, or how come you don't find out what I'm, but I'm like, I'll text you. if my day has not started, because when my work days can be pretty ugly sometimes, but if my day hasn't gone full blown crazy, I'll send a text and just say, hey, how you doing, everything okay, just to find out if he's all right or whatever. And but he likes the phone calls, which equates for me, for him, is physical touch. It would equate the same
Oh,
as physical touch.
wow.
So
Okay.
I had to learn not only just who I was, what my love languages were, what I liked, what I disliked, but then on reverse, I had to learn him as well. Because
Absolutely.
if I just say, okay, this is what I like, this is me, and I never give anything back in return, it's going to be a disconnect in our relationship. So what I've learned about him was that he is physical touch, where I am not physical touch. He
Mhm.
is physical touch. So I go out of my way to touch him on the shoulder, rub him on the
Absolutely.
rub a little bald head.
Right.
you know, I go out of my way to give him a kiss for the day, give him a hug or something like that. There are times when I do ask or require physical touch, and that's when I'm feeling overwhelmed, and I just need the reassurance. So I equate that type of physical love as words of affirmation. So even
Oh,
though
okay.
it's not something being said, what's being communicated is that you're going to be okay. You're
Yes.
beautiful.
Yes.
I love you. I want you. You're great. That type of thing. And it's just in a hug. And I'm fine with that. All I need is about a few seconds. Don't stay there for about a minute and a half, because I'm gonna need you to get off me. That sounds mean, doesn't it? But that's just me. That's just me. And the other one is acts of service. Acts of service for me is you know okay, so I never ask for help. That's one of the things I don't do. I never ask
and
for help.
that
What I
and
like
that
to
that's
do.
another thing that I think we have in
Mhm.
common over. I don't like to ask for help either. I
Yes,
just don't.
but what I do like to do is I like to help.
Help others.
So when and we get into this deep discussion all the time. Sometimes it's not a disagreement or argument, but it's almost like a tug of war a little bit. So um he always wants to help me, and I'm like, oh, no, 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 I'm fine. I got it. I got it. I got it. However, if he's downstairs, like, here I go hitting my microphone again. Sorry. If he's downstairs, he's washing dishes or he's cooking or whatever, whatever. I'm always like, I'll sit there and be like, well, I'm here whenever you're ready for,
In case you need me
in case you need me. And he's like, what are you doing here?
to
Get out of the
wash
kitchen.
dishes.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll ask me, what are you doing here? I
Well,
don't need you in here.
I
You
can
can leave.
attest to that because when we were
Hmm.
overseas in Iraq, and we always go have to resort back to that. But when we were
Hmm.
overseas in Iraq, I didn't really need any help using the latrine, but Faith was always there the next stall with her,
Yes.
to help in case there was no toilet paper, in case
Absolutely. Absolutely. She was my boo boo
she
buddy.
was always there just
She
in
was my
case
boo boo
I
buddy.
needed her.
Y'all just don't understand.
that
Y'all don't
that right
y'all don't
there is
understand.
that's listen. Go back to that one of those strong forms of love, that
Hmm.
unconditional love,
The
unconditional
unconditional,
love.
that
Yes,
agape.
that's well, agape love is actually something totally different.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. I'm sorry.
Agape
I'm
is like
sorry.
the agape is like one of the kindest forms of love, but
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
strongest forms of love is unconditional love because that's unwavering, unchanging, unlimited.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's like what you have with your children.
Hmm.
That's unconditional because you're gonna love
Hmm.
them regardless. You might be
Absolutely.
angry with them, you love them, but I think the kindest form of love is agape love because it's universal.
Hmm.
It's like the purest form of love because
Yeah.
it has. I don't think it really has any boundaries to it. I'm not
Hmm.
sure because it's like the purest type of love. It's you're loving someone in a way that you're loving them. I don't know how to explain agape love. I just know it's a universal and it's
Without
one of a
restriction.
kind.
Yeah.
It's no
No
restriction.
restriction.
It's no
Yeah.
restrictions to that. And
Yeah.
then you
You're
have that
taking them for flaws and all.
exactly. And then you
Hmm.
have that, what you had going on for a while. You have that new love. Like I can't live without them. I can't breathe
Oh no,
without them.
honey. No, no,
I
no, no,
mean,
no, 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 no. 4 years in,
I
we done.
know. Well, no, no,
The
no,
honey,
no.
not the
In the
honeymoon is not
beginning,
over. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
beginning, though,
Mhm.
you wanted to spend every waking moment together.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
that's that
absolutely.
new love. You know when you buy a car and you
Mhm.
get it, it got that new car smell. That's how
That
it is.
new boo smell. Now it's just like you smell.
I'm
No,
like,
not
now we
really,
got
not
to
really.
go.
He better not. He don't.
Now we got to go to the car wash to get some air fresheners. Gene, I know you're gonna be listening to this and looking at us. We just playing, man. We just
Oh
playing,
no,
man.
no.
I'm just
But you know
playing, man.
what's funny? What's funny? I used to call him Coach Cheese.
Mm,
From Cooley High.
yes.
And I had to look up the name Cochise, which is funny. I call him Cochise because the translation of that name means strong like oak, right? And he's very hard headed, so
Okay.
that's strong like oak,
Like oak
like
tree.
oak tree, like an oak tree.
Okay.
And it's there, strong like oak tree. But that was his personality because he is very strong minded, strong willed, and nothing
Oh.
moves him. And that's why I always call him Cochise. And he said, "Don't call me Cochise," but I called him Cochise because it fit. It fit. And that was my nickname for him all the time. And I still call him Cochise from time to time, but I like to call him, call him by his name now, Genie. And
Oh.
yeah, that's my baby. I like and love him. I
Oh.
like and love
And
him.
people, a lot of people, I guess, I hopefully everybody knows there's a difference between loving
Hmm.
somebody and being in love. And I'm quite sure there's different definitions. My definition of loving somebody is that you can, you want to be with them, you want the best for them. Like you say, you love this person. But I think when you're in love with someone, it's the same thing. You love them, but you can't see your future without them in it. That's what I think for me, the difference between loving somebody and being in love. So
Hmm.
we have love and we have true love. And I think with love, love sometimes takes from you. And true
Hmm.
love, I think true love gives. And
Hmm.
then, love can sometimes have you worried for whatever the reason. And then true love gives peace. And love will break your heart, definitely. But true love heals and makes your heart whole. And then love, of course, everybody knows love can be temporary. It's temporary. But I think true love, it gives lasting joy. So you can love somebody for, I don't know, they say you can love somebody for a lifetime. I don't know if that's true. I know,
Mm.
I don't know if that's true. Um, but love has different levels. I think that if you're going to be with someone, it's a gradual process. Because I think I might believe in love at first sight, but then I don't really know. I think love is a process. It has
Yep.
levels to it. And I think the best way to love someone, I think, this is just my opinion, is to be friends with them first.
Yep.
And I say that because you can't just love somebody, you have to also like them.
Yes.
You have to like that person.
Yes.
And I think if you become friends first, you like that person. And then
Hmm.
gradually you love them. And then eventually you'll be in love with them. And
Hmm.
being I was a married person. I'm a widower now, or widow, whatever they want to call that.
Widow.
Um,
Widow. Hmm.
so I think that when you my husband and I at the time, we were friends in high school. And when I found out that he liked me or wanted to date me, I was offended because I'm like, we were friends, and for me, he was
How
like a
dare
brother.
you?
He was like a brother, exactly. He was like a brother. But who knew that this guy, he was like, I figured I'd be her friend, and I could, next thing I know, hey. So we
Oh,
were
how did you get here? Oh,
right.
Debbie,
So we were
Deborah.
friends. we were friends, and then we started dating, and eventually we were in love. I loved him, and then we were in love. But you don't always feel, and this is coming from somebody that was married for a long time. I was married for over 20 years. Um, you don't always feel like you're in love with that person.
Mm.
No, you don't always feel like you're in love with that person. And for me, that was true. But because we were friends and I liked him,
Mm-hmm.
that's why we were together. My husband and I, we were together before he passed away in 2019. We were together for um, almost 34 years, 33 years. It didn't hit the 34 mark yet, but we were together for 33 years. And he passed
Mm.
away the day before our 24th wedding anniversary.
Mm.
So I know if you guys doing the math, y'all like, dang, y'all were together for 10 years before he married you.
Sure enough, my parents were together for
Oh,
10 years before they got married.
hold up, swole up. It didn't happen that way. I mean, we were together for 10 years, but pump your brakes a little bit. I wanted to marry this man when I was 18 years old, and he was like, I'm young. I ain't marrying you. Like, it might be somebody better than you.
Oh,
Proved him wrong, didn't I? Obviously, it wasn't no one better than me. But so when I was 21, when he and I were 21, I was pregnant with our first child, and he wanted to marry me then, and I felt offended by that because I was like,
mm.
no, you just want to marry me because I'm pregnant, and I wanted to marry you when I was 8, when we were 18. So no, now I don't want to marry you.
Shut it
So
down.
right. So we got married after being together for 10 years, and we were married for 20, almost the day before, 24 years. And
Mm.
we had been together for 33, almost 34 years. So I
Mm.
say all that to say this, that that was my first love. That was my true, like I was in love with this man for more than half my life.
Mm.
And but I didn't always feel like I was in love with him. That's what I just want to say. But I
Mm.
liked him. He was my friend. And
Mhm.
you have to have, I believe, you have to have that
Mhm.
connection. You
Mhm.
can't just go around here talking about you love, yeah, I love him, I love, or I love her. You have to like that
Mhm.
person too. And
Yeah,
they have to like you also. Like you guys have to
absolutely.
like, and one thing I think is a good thing to do too is to, because I believe the way you get them is the way you lose them. So you gotta keep things alive, like go on
Yes.
dates and things like that.
Yes.
Don't always rely on, we got this independent stuff going on, which is great.
Mhm.
I'm all for whatever you like. But don't be so quick to, I'm not gonna ask him out on no, I'm not gonna plan nothing. If he don't plan it, I'm not gonna plan it. Look, girl, sometimes you have to show people. I'm a true believer
Yes.
in teaching people how to treat me.
Yes.
So if I
Yes.
meet you, you don't know me from Adam, we starting a date. I need to teach you that
Mhm.
when we pull up somewhere and you get out the car, I'm gonna sit my behind right there in the passenger seat till you walk around and
To
open up
come
the
around
door.
and open it.
See, I'm
Yep.
gonna teach you that because you may not know that. Your last girl may not have, made you do that. But if you want to be
Mhm.
my man, and I expect you to teach me how to treat
Mhm.
you also
Mhm.
because I don't know everything. I know
Mhm.
that's a shock, right? No, I don't
You
know everything, people.
what? Well, you know what? It's funny when you said that, the door opening and everything. What I've always done, like if they open the door for me coming to get inside the car, which is sweet, I would always, and you know what? I got this from a Bronx Tale. I got this watching the Bronx Tale. That if she don't lean over and open the door for you, she
That's
is
not the
not the
one for
one.
you. That's not the one.
And being that when I saw that, and it resonated with me because it was like, oh, okay, well, not only is it something that I like, this may be something he likes as well. So I
Yes.
always leaned over and
And
opened the door. And then
unlock the door, whatever.
I remember doing that for somebody, and they were just like, "Did you watch a Bronx Tale?" Like I said,
Because
"Yes, yes, I did."
you didn't
But
know
he
that
was,
was a
yeah,
test.
and, and this is what I'm saying. And this is what I'm saying because his thing was that, um, he saw the movie as well. He was just like, and he uses that as his foundation.
Hmm.
And I was like, no, well, this is amazing. Well, but the guy and
You
I
a
are no longer
keeper.
together, but
You a
yeah,
keeper, Faith. You a
but
keeper.
yeah, but in the process of it all, You know, it was just the right thing to do. It felt right, and it just again it resonated with me, so it was something that I did. The other half of one of the things that um I believe that bonds the relationship is communication.
Definitely.
And it's what you say and how you say it. I think those are the two things that we that I believe is is a part of the foundation of the relationship. Now you pointed out that like you're going to show them how to treat you, right? And
Yes,
I completely believe that. I completely agree with that. And if you don't say it, they don't know, and they're just going to treat
exactly.
you any old way they decide to treat you, right?
And you can't
But
be
in
mad
in
about that because you're not
oh no 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 no.
if you're not teaching them, if you're not showing them or telling them this is what
Mhm.
I require. And again, I'm gonna use that require because I'm teaching
Mhm.
myself, stop saying I expect you to. No,
Yes.
I
Yes.
require you to.
And again, expectations are are
They can
things
lead to
that we set.
disappointment.
It's yeah, the least of disappointment, and these are the bars that we set. Oh, I expect him. Okay, well,
What
what do
happens
you
if he
think he
doesn't?
yeah, what does it think, what do you think he expects of you as well, and are you willing to do those expectations, you know?
Right.
And if you're not, then you're disappointing him. And in the same token, if he doesn't do it for you, he's disappointing you. So you put out your requirements. Well, here are my requirements. And think of it as a job interview. When you fill out your resume, or you're looking up jobs and everything, they have qualifications and requirements. So
Yes.
if you look at the requirements, do you fit those requirements? Are you
Yeah.
looking at it and be like, huh, oh no, no, can't do that, can't do that. Oh yes, I can. This is something I can do. And when you pull it, when you do your resume and you send it out and you fill out the application, right? They're looking at your resume and seeing if those requirements on your resume, or your those
Meet
tabs on your
theirs.
resume meet the requirements that they're asking for.
Yeah.
So yes, requirements are needed. Requirements are needed.
Absolutely. And people
Mhm.
have to realize too that it's a good feeling to be in love or to
Mhm.
love somebody, but
Mhm.
it takes a lot of work.
Mm.
On both parties, both parties.
Both parties.
You can't just okay. He loves me, and then just
Mhm.
go out here buck wild and just do what you want to do and say whatever you want to
Yeah.
say. You can't do that because
Yeah.
you have to realize now that there's somebody else
Mhm.
that that whatever you say or do, it reflects that onto that person too.
Mhm.
And you
Mhm.
have to be mindful that you're a team. This is a team effort now. It's a
Mhm.
team effort. So you have to give respect just as much as you want it.
Get yes.
You got to
Yes.
have you have to have a conversation with your partner. You
Mhm.
can't just go out here and just make these decisions on your own.
Mhm.
You have to learn how to communicate with one another.
Mhm.
Because again, being in a relationship, it takes a lot of work.
Yes,
A
absolutely.
lot of
Absolutely.
work. I mean, it's easy.
Absolutely.
You can easily fall in love. I mean, I don't think do we don't have any control over if we fall in love, if we fall in love with somebody.
No,
It's
because you
just
could be in love before the other person, and that's
exactly. You
okay.
have no
That's
control over
okay.
that.
Yeah.
You have no
Yeah.
control over that. But once you do that, once that is established, it's a lot
Mhm.
of work because now you have to maintain.
Yes.
You have to maintain.
Mhm.
You have to maintain this relationship. I tell people all the time if they say, oh wow, you have a Mercedes. Well, anybody can get a Mercedes. It's
Got
just
good credit.
can you maintain? Yeah, anybody can get a Mercedes, but can you maintain it?
Yes.
Anyone can
Yes.
purchase the house, but because the repo man is always sitting around the corner. Can you
Oh
maintain
yeah.
that? And just
Oh
like in
yeah.
a relationship, anybody could get into a relationship, but can
Yeah.
you maintain it? Because
That
that
cleaning that
chick
cleaning
or
woman.
that guy is always
That
around the corner.
the cleaning woman right
Yes,
around the corner,
they always
ready to
around. The clean
ready to
up
sweep up your
woman.
mess.
That's it. So anybody can be in a relationship, but can you maintain it? Are you willing That's a, you know what? Not cake. Are you willing to do the work
Yes.
to
Yes.
maintain that relationship, to make it a healthy relationship? Because you could be in a
Absolutely.
relationship and it could be crap,
Crap.
arguing all the time, cursing one another out, saying stuff to one another that
Hmm.
you shouldn't have. And then tomorrow you want to come in there and act like nothing ever happened. And here I am in the corner. Like, I know this nigga ain't talking to me.
Yeah.
And you know me, because I'm like, because you know me, I'm gonna be like, keep the same energy you had, keep that
Yes.
same energy you had last night. Like,
Yes.
so what I've learned in being married for a long time, we had made this I don't know if it's a pact or whatever you want to call it, but we had decided that, we weren't gonna go to bed angry.
Hmm.
And one thing we definitely wasn't gonna do is, if we are angry at one another, we ain't sleeping in separate rooms on the couch. No, no, no. I'm gonna sleep right in this bed. Just don't put your feet on me. Like, we gonna sleep. But
Yeah, I think we had that same rule too. We had that
right,
same rule
see,
because he
see,
said he
see,
ain't sleeping on the couch.
exactly. You're not doing it. You're not doing that. Like, but I was just joking when I said don't put your feet on me, because we had it where, you can be upset all you want to, but we get
Hmm.
in this bed, and if I want to cuddle or I want to spoon, oh well, suck it up. Like,
Well, you know what? It's
what you
funny that you
gonna
said
do?
spoon. I know, I know. I'm jumping topics real quick, but it's funny that you said spoon because I'm a woman of a certain age. And I have been perimenopausal for quite some time. Share my business anyway. So
She's
I get
telling
my.
the world all her business.
It is what it is. Yeah, listen. If you ain't going through it, you will soon. Okay, so
That's the truth.
perimenopausal, knocking on probably
I
menopause.
would I would
Hopefully,
knock on wood on my table, but my camera gonna fall. So
we don't talk about that damn camera, Lisa. So, so my thing is like, and again, remember I told you he is physical touch, right? So my thing with physical touch is that menopausal phase because I have the night sweats and everything like that. And the thing with that is when I've cooled off, when I finally my body has the furnace has turned down,
mhm.
and then he comes with body heat, and I'm just like, don't touch me. I finally cooled off. And as much as I want to, like, give him the physical touch that he's requiring, like the cuddling and stuff like that, yo,
It's
it's hot.
difficult.
Blanket off, foot out, everything. Like, the
But
leg of the thermos.
Faith,
Uh-huh.
he gets it though. Like when you explain it
Yeah,
to
he
him,
gets it.
he
He
gets it.
gets
So
it.
it's
But
not a big thing. He's not holding that over your head.
no, 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 he doesn't hold
Right.
it over my head. But sometimes he's just like, listen, I really want to cuddle.
Like,
And
and
I'm just
so,
like,
oh well, you just gonna have to be hot.
no, no, but see, this is where I compromise. This is where I compromise. I turn the fan on.
Turn the fan on.
I turn the fan on. I'm staying cool on my side. You get to cuddle on the other side. We
Very
good.
good.
We
And
good.
that's a good
Yeah.
compromise. That's a good,
Yes.
and
That's
see,
a good compromise.
that's what a lot of people, we have to, learn. You have to compromise, because this is
Hmm.
like, this is hard work.
It is. It is.
Some people may make relationships look easy, but and I'm telling you this because I was in a long-term relationship. The only reason why it looks easy, because when you
Hmm.
see them,
Hmm.
they're continually to do the work. They're continuing to
Hmm.
do the work. So you get to
Hmm.
see the end results.
Hmm. Hmm.
You don't get to see what goes on behind the curtain,
No.
because they
No.
working that
No.
stuff out and they doing what they got to do. So when they come
Yes.
on stage,
Yes.
this is what
Yes.
you get. Like, but
Yes.
it takes a lot of work. It's hard work. Like, if you're
Yeah.
gonna be, my thing is this: when you get married, and I know there's divorce rates and all that stuff. I don't know what the divorce rate is, and I'm not really interested in that.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
I do know is that, when you decide to marry somebody,
Hmm.
um, it says, for better or for worse,
Yes.
you know. Um,
End of the day,
and
yes.
sometimes that worse has exceeded. So I say that to say this is that, again, there's something you have to work on.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
no one wants to be married
And be a roommate.
just to get divorced, right? Just to get
Yeah.
divorced, because I think if I think divorce is it's almost like death, like
Mm,
the death of a relationship.
mm.
Is a
Yeah,
death, is a death, is a death of the relationship. And
absolutely.